Good morning. Join me as I try to relive the most unforgettable moments of 2024, the good and the not so good. I thought I'd do this video on a month-by-month basis, sharing the highlights and the lists if there were any. And I've made a list and I've made some notes on the laptop, so I might be referencing them or looking to them as we continue throughout this video. So in January, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I made some goals and I set some intentions for the year of 2024, and one of them was to take the kids or do more activities with the kids. So in January we took the kids to Calabash, and that was their first music show concert that they ever went to. So that was definitely a highlight for us as a family. Then also in January, I did my first photo shoot for a brand, and it's actually used on their website, on their Instagram, on their Facebook. So that was quite exciting, and that was quite an honor for me to be able to participate in that. And I am very grateful that I got to do that. So the year kicked off on a high, and I have to say that being used by a brand, that was actually one of my goals for 2024. It was not something that I shared publicly on YouTube, but on my personal goal board, vision board, that was on there. So I obviously shared some goals that I was willing to share in the public space, and then there was some that I kept for myself. So working with a brand, for a brand, being used by on their website, on their socials, that was one of my goals for 2024, and it was something that I could achieve. So I am very grateful for that. Then in February we did some home renovations. That was also something that never made it on YouTube. We had a window that all of the windows in the front of our house is wooden windows, and this particular window, it was starting to rot and the windows were getting loose, the window panes were getting loose, so we decided to replace that window. So that was one of the activities that happened in February. And then also date night, obviously, or not date night, Valentine's in February. So for Valentine's, hubby and I went to go watch a show at the Koelkamer, and my brother-in-law actually joined us for that little date night. I'll link here in the cards, or I'll add some footage of the event. I'll share in today's video. Then in March, it was my mom's 74th birthday, and I had the privilege of hosting that for her. Also, it was my sister-in-law's birthday, and we spent the day watching Mamma Mia with her and her family. We had some bad news in March. One of our close family members became ill, and we visited them. That's all I'm going to share on that. Then in April, it was birthday month for me and my siblings. So my siblings, they are on the 5th, they are twins, and then it was my birthday on the 25th. And for my birthday, we went to, Big Daddy in Cape Town, and we went to see a show there with friends, Palace in Wonderland. It was quite cute. I close my eyes. Oh God, I think I'm fine. And the whole experience at Big Daddy, Granddaddy, whatever, it was nice. Also in April, obviously, because it was my birthday, I had to do a little glow up. So I went to go see the fabulous Dr. Hila. She's quite busy on Instagram, or quite well known on Instagram. And yes, so I got the opportunity to go see her, and I actually made a video of that one as well. Then in May, I had the opportunity to go judge at Long Acres, Mr. and Mrs. Long Acres, Mr. and Miss Long Acres again. And I quite enjoy getting to do those opportunities. And then also in May, my husband and I booked ourselves in to go see Robert Kiyosaki. He was in South Africa. He's the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And yes, that was an interesting experience. Then in June, it was the Christmas in Winter Festival in Tilbach, and it's the first time that we experienced that. So we went to go stay, the family, we rented a house in Riebeek West for the weekend, and it was quite a nice outing, spending time with the family and experiencing the festival. And yes, it was just overall a nice experience. And then also in June, I became ill. I don't know if it was flu or just a plain cold, but it stayed with me for quite some time. And I eventually, after I think 3 weeks, I went to the doctor. And normally I hate antibiotics, and the doctor convinced me that I should take antibiotics. So against my better judgment, I took the antibiotics, and the cold or the flu, whichever one it was, it went away. But if you follow my channel, if you know my story, I was diagnosed with IBD in 2017. So my stomach is quite sensitive, and that's the area of my body that is the weakest. So because I took the antibiotics, I don't know if you are aware, but antibiotics, they kill everything that's bad in your body. They kill everything that's in your body, the good and the bad. And because they kill everything, it gives a chance to the bad bugs to take over. So then I started feeling bad, and I went to my gastroenterologist, and he did some tests. And then we also saw my friend Dawn and her hubby in June, and we went for a tasting at the gin distillery in Langebaan. Then in July we attended the opening of my friend's shop. It's been his dream, like forever and forever, to have a little shop where they create and make seafood delicacies. So in July, him and his wife, they opened the shop, and I have to say, I think he's living his best life. He's looking so relaxed and enjoying the shop. He's a real people's person, and I think it was the best decision he could ever make. Then also in July, I had the hair makeover. So before, my hair is obviously black and I had some highlights from before when my hair was blue. So I wanted something that would make the light parts not so light in reference to the rest of the hair. So I went for a makeover, and I got some balayage all throughout my hair to tie everything a bit together a bit better. And that video that I made for that's actually my best performing video of all time. And I've tried making other hair videos, but they just don't get the views. So like I said, in June I went to the doctor and he did some tests, and in July we eventually found out that I had C. diff. And if you go read up on C. diff, it's quite scary. So he put me on antibiotics. And so in July I started with another round of antibiotics to treat the C. diff specifically. And this did not agree with my body. So I think I was on that antibiotic maybe for a week or two. And then I contacted the doctor, and he told me, okay, no, stop the antibiotic, try and get better, and then I'll put you on something else. So then in August I started with a third round of antibiotics, and this eventually cleared up the infection. And I did not go for another test to see was it sorted out or not, but I could actually feel the difference, that I was actually better. Then in August, it was my boy's 11th birthday. It was hubby and I's 22nd wedding anniversary. I actually also went for a photo shoot in August, but that was more of a personal thing for me. Then it was hubby and I's 22nd wedding anniversary, and to celebrate that, we went to go eat at Sloppy Sam in Cape Town. They are awesome. If you have not been, please go there. I think I should actually do a proper review of that one still. Then also in August, my daughter was in her school's choir, and the school choir performed with a Palisander choir, and the Palisander choir is quite a huge thing. So they performed with them in August. So that was a highlight for us as a family, and I think also for her. Then in September, we went to go visit family again, and yeah, we got locked out of our car, so we had to break into our car in September. I'll include that one, I'll add it on the cards or some footage of that. So that was an experience. Then for October, the highlights, we took the kids to go see Rob Lake in South Africa. And then also in October, I did the judging at the Mr. and Miss Paternoster event. A friend of mine, she's got a charity, and as part of her charity, she normally does this event every year. I think it was the second time this year, and I can only see that it's going to grow year on year. So it was quite a privilege to help her in that way and to judge the event for her. And then for November, I cannot really remember what we did, if we had any highlights for November. Apparently we were too busy with concerts and renovations. That's why I can't remember what happened during November. In December, we went to the Bubbly and Gin Festival with my sister and her hubby. We also went with them to the Hopefield Lights event that they had. Now that's a different story. I'll link it up somewhere. And then also in December, we had 2 birthdays. So it was my daughter's 13th birthday, so it's quite a big one. And then my hubby also had a birthday in December. So December has been busy thus far, but it's been a nice type of busy. I am also actually finally on leave, and I am looking forward to enjoying the next 2 weeks still of leave. With regards to work, it has also been a year. My manager, I've shared the story before, but I'll share it here now again. My manager resigned last year, November, and since last year, November, I have been standing in for him. So I've been doing my work and his work, and I think me falling ill in June was just all of the stress up to that point in time. My body was telling me, you can't continue this way. And at that stage, I actually had a talk to my manager's manager then, because obviously my manager was out of the loop. He has left the company. And yes, so I think it was my body telling me that it's too much, I must slow down. And I spoke to my manager and I told him it's not possible to go on this way. And he eventually re-employed my manager, or got my manager back as a contractor. So I think my manager has been back since September. I've had help at the office again, and things are looking better. Yes, so he's been reappointed in his old position as manager, but I'm still doing all of the managing work, and that's not on him, that's on my manager's manager, how he wants to handle things. So things are better, but the stress levels are still quite high, and I think my tummy as a result has been acting up. and I think I might be in a little bit of a flare at the moment, but that's part and package of living with IBD. This year is the my second year on YouTube, my first full year on YouTube actually, and it's also the year I think I've grown the most, learned the most, and that my channel has grown the most. So thank you for joining me in 2024. I hope that we can continue in this trajectory in 2025. Please consider subscribing. Leave your comments down below. What were your highlights of 2024? And if you want to, you can also share the not so good parts of 2024, because that's what we are here for, to encourage each other and to help each other. I want this community to be a place where we can relax and chat and be friends. I hope that we can all look back at our year and count all of our blessings in the same way that I have shared my blessings with you here. Even the not so good parts of the year that shaped us in some or other way. Here is to a joyous festive period and spending time with family and loved ones, whether they be friends or family. Please join my family here on YouTube and subscribe, and lots of love always. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye bye.